Has anyone you ever known offered you drugs before?
Yes, when I was in high school, some friends of mine offered me.
And have you seen like drugs affect someone else's mental health or like physical looks before?
The mental health part for sure. I've never known anybody who used so heavily that their looks started getting affected, but I've known a couple of folks who used different drugs heavily enough that they fell into depression more easily, had higher anxiety. It changed behaviors.
Yeah. And do you know anyone who has experience using drugs?
Yeah, I've known a couple of folks who had experience with using drugs.
If someone you knew was taking drugs, would you notice any like physical changes or like something about them that would change?
I think the behavior would be the big thing. With physical changes, it really depends on the kind of drug and how long they're using it for.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of personal experience with that part, though.
11.2 of all overdose deaths were individuals between 15 and 24 years of age.
That's my name, right?
What's your name?
Ezra Wagner.
Has anyone you knew ever offered you drugs?
Yeah, and I said no, because I don't do that stuff.
Have you ever seen drugs affect people's mental health?
Yeah, I have, because I have some friends that used to do drugs, and like they used to just be like a lot more sad all the time, and I like really talk to anybody at all. So
Do you know anyone who has experienced drugs before?
yeah, like I just said, I have some friends who used to do it, but they're in a lot better state now that they stopped and they're better for themselves.
86% of teens know someone who drinks, smokes, or abuses drugs during school.
What's your name?
Santiago Pontes.
Nice to meet you. Have drugs ever affected you on a personal level?
No, drugs are bad, but they never affected me or on a personal level. But I think they're bad.
How do you think drugs affect mental health?
So, let's get nicotine for example. It gets in the brain, it says, I need it. And once you run out, you're gonna want more.
Oh yeah.
So that's how it affects it, addiction.
Do you know anyone who has experienced drugs?
I do not. No.
Can relate. How do you think drugs have become a bigger problem in schools?
So everyone's trying to be a cool cat, not everyone, but some of them are just trying to be like, hey, let's go smoke this or smoke that. Let's pop this one. Like, I don't know.
Last question. What would you do if someone you offered you drugs, like your brother or something like that?
I would slap him and I'd be like, where'd you get this? No, I just did that. I don't know why you want to.